Hey everybody, Danny from Food Crazy. This is another quick shot video on how to trim a beef brisket and get this ready for the smoker. I'm going to do this in a quick step-by-step video, so let's jump right into it and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my favorite knife, I'm going to grab my steel, and I'm going to give it a little sharpening. You always want to do this because you want a nice sharp knife. So we're going to start trimming the brisket by putting the fat side down. And then we're going to remove all this silver skin and this fat. That way the smoke will penetrate this meat better. And then there's a large chunk of fat here that we're just going to trim and shape so all the juices run off nice and evenly. So we're going to start up at the top. And what you want to do is you just want to get under the silver skin a little bit. Make a little cut. And then you can grab it with your fingers and just slowly start slicing it. And take a small amount. Just try to take the layer of fat. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the knife and leave it level with the meat, and this large chunk of fat, I'm going to cut the top off. And just shape it so everything runs off it. So I have the silver skin removed how I want it, and I have the fat trimmed down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down these edges and trim this up. That way when we flip this around, we'll be able to trim the fat side and get it to a 1/4 inch because it will be easier to see the thickness of the fat. So just take a very, 1/4 inch off the side. You don't want to take much of the meat and fat. So I'll show you how this is done. Nice straight cut. That. So we have this flipped over. On the fat side, we want to get this roughly about 1/4 inch. That way when you eat it, it's not too much fat, it's just the right amount. This is a little hard to achieve, but if you get it a little off and run into the meat, don't worry about it. But you can see how I cut the sides off. You can see where it's thicker and where it's thinner. So that will give you a bit of a guide. So I'm going to start removing this the best I can, and I'll show you how I do it. So what I'm going to do is I look at the fat there and I try to get it about 1/4 inch. But it does vary throughout the top of the fat. Just pull the fat up and continue to cut it and slide it back along the meat. And if you do cut into the meat like I just did, just stop and come back and cut up higher. Some areas on the brisket, like this area, it only has a small amount of fat, so you won't remove any there. So I have the fat cap to where I want it. I cut the sides off and I get it down closer to 1/4 inch. As you can see, I did hit the meat here in a few spots. It's nice not to do that, but it's very hard to get this. I'm happy with how it is. It's ready to go into the smoker. This is all you have to do to trim it. Hit the subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And I'm gonna put links to, I have several brisket videos. So check them out and have a good day and have happy smoking.